Hare Krishna everyone, so we are continuing with Civilization and Transcendence by His Divine Grace, Śrīla A.C. Bhakti-Vedanta Swami Prabhupāda. This is Shravanam Diaries podcast. I am your host Suladita Devidasi, and we stopped in the middle of second chapter yesterday. Continuing. Puṣṭa Kṛṣṇa saying, so then, Śrīla Prabhupāda, would it be accurate, after all, to say that people who have this Vedic conception would not try for progress? Śrīla Prabhupāda, no. Progress, in quotes, progress. First, you must understand what actual progress is. The thing is that if you try to progress vainly, what is the use of trying? If it is a fact you cannot change your material destiny, why should you try for that? Rather, whatever energy you have, utilize it for understanding Krishna consciousness. That is the real progress. Make your spiritual understanding, your understanding of God and self, perfectly clear. For instance, in our International Society for Krishna Consciousness, our main business is how to make advancement in Krishna consciousness. We are not enthusiastic about opening big factories and big money earning machines. No, we are satisfied with whatever material happiness and distress we are destined. But we are very eager to utilize our energy for progressing in Krishna consciousness. This is the point. So the Vedic system of civilization is meant for realizing God. Vishnur Aradhyate. In the Vedic system, people try for that. Actually, the followers of Varnashrama Dharma, they never tried for economic development. You'll find in India still millions of people taking bath in the Ganges during Kumbh Mela. Have you been to the Kumbh Mela festival? Disciple, no. Śrīla Prabhupāda, at the Kumbh Mela, millions of people come to take bath in the Ganges because they are interested in how to become spiritually liberated from this material world. They're not lazy. They travel thousands of miles to take bath in the Ganges at the holy place of Prayag. So although they are not busy in the dog's race, these people are not lazy. Yanisha sarva bhutanam tasyam jagarti samyami. Jagarti samyami. Quote, what is night for ordinary beings is the time of wakefulness for the self-controlled. Unquote. The self-controlled man wakes up very early, practically in the middle of the night, and works for spiritual realization while others are sleeping. Similarly, during the daytime, the dogs and asses think we are working, but these spiritualists, they are not working. Unquote. So there are two different platforms, the material and the spiritual. Followers of the Vedic civilization, which is practiced in India, although nowadays it is distorted. Actually, these people are not lazy. They are very busy. Not only very busy, but also Kaumara Acharet Pragyo Dharmam Bhagavatam Iha. Dharmam Bhagavatam Iha. They are trying to become self-realized from the very beginning of life. They are so busy that they want to begin the busyness from their very childhood. Therefore, it is wrong to think they're lazy. people who accuse followers of Vedic civilization of laziness or of inhibiting progress do not know what real progress is. The Vedic civilization is not interested in the false progress of economic development. For instance, sometimes people boast, "We have gone from the hut to the skyscraper." They think this is progress. But in the Vedic system of civilization, one thinks about how much he is advanced in self-realization. He may live in a hut and become very advanced in self-realization. But if he wastes his time turning his hut into a skyscraper, then his whole life is wasted, finished. And in his next life he is going to be a dog, although he does not know it. That's all. Puṣṭa Kṛṣṇa. Śrīla Prabhupāda, then this question may be raised. If destiny cannot be checked, then why not? When a child is born, simply let him run around like an animal. Whatever happens to him, Śrīla Prabhupāda, no. That is the advantage of this human form of life. You can train the child spiritually. That is possible. Therefore it is said, Tasyaiva hetur prayayet tako vido. Use this priceless human form to attain what you could not attain in so many millions of lower forms. For that spiritual purpose, you should engage your energy. That advantage is open to you now in the human form. Ahaituki apratihata. Pure devotional service to the Lord, Krishna consciousness, is open to you now, and it cannot be checked. Just as your advancement of so-called material happiness is already destined and cannot be checked, similarly, your advancement in spiritual life cannot be checked if you endeavor for it. No one can check your spiritual advancement. Try to understand this. Puṣṭa Kṛṣṇa. So then, we can't say that the Vedic system or Sanatana Dharma is fatalistic. There actually is endeavor for progress. Śrīla Prabhupāda. Certainly, spiritual progress. As for the question of fatalistic, I have often given this example. Let us say, a man is condemned by a court of law to be hanged. Nobody can check it. Even the same judge who gave the verdict cannot check it. But if the man begs for the mercy of the king can check the execution. He can go totally above the law. Therefore, the Brahma-saṁhitā 5.54 says, karmāṇi nirdahati kintu bhakti-bhājām. Destiny can be changed by Krishna for his devotees. Otherwise, it is not possible. Therefore, our only business should be to surrender to Krishna. And if you artificially want to become more happy by economic development, that is not possible. Puṣṭa Kṛṣṇa. Question number 3. Śrīla Prabhupāda. No, first of all, make sure that everything is clear. Why are you so eager to progress? See, we were talking about progress the whole chapter. Laughter. Try to understand what is what. The first thing is that your destiny cannot be changed. That's a fact. But in spite of your destiny, if you try for Krishna consciousness, you can achieve spiritual success. Otherwise, why did Prahlāda Maharaj urge his friends, Kaumara Acharyat, quote, take Krishna consciousness, take from your early childhood, from your very childhood, unquote. If destiny cannot be changed, then why was Prahlada Maharaja urging this? Generally, destiny, in quotes, destiny, means your material future. That you cannot change. But even that can be changed when you are in spiritual life. Puṣṭa Kṛṣṇa. What is the meaning of apratihata? You said that spiritual development cannot be checked. Śrīla Prabhupāda, apratihata means this. Suppose you are destined to suffer. So apratihata means that in spite of your so-called destiny to suffer, if you take to Krishna consciousness, your suffering will be reduced, or there will be no suffering. And in spite of any suffering, you can make progress in spiritual life. Just like Prahlada Maharaja himself, his father put him into so many suffering conditions, but he was not impeded. He made spiritual progress. He didn't care about his father's attempts to make him suffer. That state of existence is called apratihata. If you want to execute Krishna consciousness, your material condition of life cannot check it. That is the real platform of progress. Of course, insofar as your material condition is concerned, generally that cannot be checked. You have to suffer. But in the case of a devotee, that suffering also can be stopped or minimized. Otherwise, Krishna's statement would be false. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami. Quote, I will deliver you from all the reactions to your sinful activities. Unquote. Suffering must befall me on account of my sinful activities. But Krishna says, I will deliver you from all the reactions to your sinful activities. Unquote. This should be clear. Ordinarily, destiny cannot be checked. Therefore, instead of wasting your time trying to change your economic condition or material destiny apart from Krishna consciousness, you should employ your priceless human energy for attaining Krishna consciousness, which cannot be checked. We see so many men working so hard. Does this mean that every one of them will become a Ford, a Rockefeller? Why not? Everyone is trying their best. But Mr. Ford was destined to become a rich man. His destiny was there, and so he became a rich man. Another man may work just as hard as Ford, but this does not mean he will become as rich as Ford. This is practical. You cannot change your destiny simply by working hard like asses and dogs. No. But you can utilize your special human energy for improving your Krishna consciousness. That's a fact. Disciple. Śrīla Prabhupāda, if destiny cannot be changed, what does Krishna mean when he says, be thou happy by this sacrifice? Śrīla Prabhupāda, do you know what is meant by sacrifice? Disciple, sacrifice to Vishnu, to Krishna? Śrīla Prabhupāda, yes, that means pleasing Krishna. If Krishna is pleased, he can change destiny. Karmāṇi nirdahati kintu bhakti-bhājām. For those who serve him with love and devotion, Krishna can change destiny. So sacrifice, yagya, means pleasing Krishna. Our whole Krishna consciousness movement means pleasing Krishna. That is the whole program. In all other businesses, there is no question of pleasing Krishna. When one nation declares war upon another, there is no question of pleasing Krishna or serving Krishna. They're pleasing their own senses, serving their own whims. When the First and Second World Wars began, it was not for pleasing Krishna. The Germans wanted their sense gratifications not be hampered by the Britishers. That means it was a war of sense gratification. The Britishers are achieving their sense gratification. We cannot. All right, fight. So there was no question of pleasing Krishna. Next question. Next chapter is called Concocted Religion, and we shall read it tomorrow. So thank you so much for tuning in today. The link to this book is in the description, and we shall see you tomorrow. Hare Krishna.